So you just went out and bought your child an iPhone or an iPad. But you don't want them to spend all their time on this device. You still want them to have time outside maybe, or doing something else, but not spending all their time on their phone playing games, texting their friends, listening to music, asking Siri questions, etc., etc. So you want to limit their time on it. Back in 2018, Apple introduced screen time. This allowed parents to place restrictions or parental controls, essentially, on the device, an iPhone or an iPad. I'm going to show you how to set restrictions so you can limit the screen time that your child has on said device. And on that, let's get into it. Here we are in the iPad. This is an iPad Air latest generation. We're going to start by going to the Settings app and then Screen Time and enabling it and hitting Continue to set up the option to restrict. We want to set the iPad as the child's iPad or my child's iPad. Here in the downtime, we can set the option or timeline of when we don't want our child to be able to access the iPad. Here we can set app limits, which actually puts a time limit on how long the app is available for use. The next step is to set content and privacy. I'm just going to enter 4 ones so we can move to the next screen. And here you want to set a screen time passcode recovery. This is where you enter your Apple ID and password, not your child's Apple ID and password. Let's take a few moments to add this now. Once you have completed entering your Apple ID and password, we will go back to the main page of Screen Time and go through each restriction one by one and get down into the specifics of each category. We will start with downtime. And here you can set each day of the week to something different, whether that's all day or a specific time frame. Following that with app limits really comes to play because now you can limit the downtime, but then you can also limit the apps to a specific time frame. If you don't find the need to limit your child to specific apps or setting a downtime, you can use always allowed apps where you remove the ability to have these apps be available whenever. You can set it to always allow these apps to be available, or you can completely remove them and they'll never be available. In turn, they'll be hidden from the home screens on the iPad and they won't be able to be installed or added in any way. Here I'm just going through specific apps that I feel that my child would typically use and apps that I feel that are unnecessary or inappropriate for them to use. Last but not least, under content and privacy restrictions, you can really get into the specifics about installing apps, in-app purchases, location settings, specifics of apps that relate to Mail, Safari, FaceTime, Camera, AirDrop, CarPlay, because they're probably not driving, and even podcasts and news, where you can toggle on and off the applications that you think that they're gonna use or that you don't want them to use. Content and restrictions really hones in on the specifics of the services and apps that are available on the iPad. or iPhone for that matter. You can really toggle and turn down these services to prevent your child from, in some light, getting themselves in trouble, but also keeping them away from things that they don't need based on whatever age they are. So here you can really take the time to narrow down what's important to you and your child and enable it or disable it accordingly. With that being said, you have successfully set up restrictions for your child's iPad or iPhone. This wraps up this how-to in configuring iOS and iPadOS restrictions for your child's device. I hope you gained something from it. Please leave a comment down below. If you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please consider subscribing. And on that, I'll catch you in the next one.